Hi and welcome to Couch Conversations with Joanna. In today's question time, we have some more great questions that you have been asking the team. Our first question is, do you book the building inspection before or after making an offer on a property? Depending on the method of sale for the property, be prepared to have some flexibility and willingness to pay for an inspection. These are generally between $450 and $650 per property. Typically, if the property is being auctioned, then the seller would have provided a building and pest report as part of their sale documentation. However, some buyers do like to have a secondary inspection by their choice of inspector and not be reliant on the seller's choice. This will need to be arranged in advance of auction day, and the seller would need to be willing to allow you to access the property to conduct an inspection. If the property is a private treaty sale, then we always suggest that you can present an offer to buy the property, however, add a building and pest inspection clause into your offer. We would suggest that you allow 5 to 7 day provision. It has become more of a common practice that sellers are providing these reports at the beginning of their sales campaign. Ultimately, it's your decision if you are satisfied with this or want to arrange your own inspection. As buyer's agents, we always recommend having an independent building and pest inspection with your chosen inspector, as this gives you another level of certainty. Our second question is, we are looking to put an offer on a house in Brisbane. We have checked the flood maps and it's not affected by creek or river flooding, but it did come up with an overland flow. What does this mean? So overland flow is water that runs across the land after rainfall, either before it enters a watercourse, after it leaves the watercourse as floodwater, or after it rises to the surface naturally from underground. The flood maps available through most city council websites are providing more detailed mapping and predictions of the water flows based on the previous flooding events in 2011 and 2022. However, we are seeing some of these predictions to be overzealous at times. Our tip would be to speak with the real estate agent to understand where the overland flow impacted the property. Any good real estate agent should have been briefed by the sellers so they can openly discuss this with potential buyers. Our final question is, I'm looking to buy a house on 2 levels with 3 bedrooms on the upper level. Ground floor is slightly below legal height. If I buy, can I make 2 bedrooms downstairs? To respond effectively to this question, I obtained some legal commentary from a Brisbane-based conveyancer and would encourage any buyer to seek their own independent legal advice. Essentially though, some points to note. With any future sale, the property cannot be marketed as a 5-bedroom home. It must be marketed as a 3-bedroom home with utility rooms. Your lender will only value the property as a 3-bedroom home and will not consider the 2 bedrooms downstairs. This may affect your ability to secure finance. If a utility room is used as a bedroom, your insurer may not cover you for a claim. You cannot rent the downstairs area as a separate residence. So some extra take-home points. If you are concerned as to whether the property is of legal height and whether the property was lifted correctly, engage an experienced building inspector to provide advice. Also, undertake a search of council records to understand if final approval has been obtained. Speak to your insurer regarding your proposed use of the space. We all love your questions, so please keep being curious and connect with me via our social media platforms or website joannaboyd.com.au.